In this video, we'll quickly walk through Dynamics CRM's companion app for your smartphones. Mobility of late has become an integral part of any business, and people these days want to do all of their work mobile or when they are traveling. So let's explore what's in store for Dynamics CRM Mobile client. But first, we should see which devices and configurations are supported here. So let's quickly take a look at the supportability matrix. This Dynamics CRM Mobile client is available on your iOS devices with version 8.1 and above. For Android, it supports 4.4, 5.0, 6.0, 7.0 with a minimum RAM of 1 GB. Now, essentially, in simple terms, all the latest Android phones, you are good to go with this mobile app. And then we have Windows Phone 8.1 and Windows Phone 10 support. Again, with a minimum RAM of 1 GB. Okay, having seen this, let's quickly hop onto my mobile phone here and try to download this app. Alright, for this demonstration, I have connected my phone to this PC, and that is what you see on your screen right now. The first thing that we have to do here is go to the respective app stores, which is Play Store in case of Android and the App Store for iPhones. So let me quickly go to the App Store here, and essentially I'll be searching for Dynamics 365. Usually the first screen that pops up which says Dynamics 365 for phones, this is what we are essentially interested in. Let's go ahead and download it. Alright, now that the app is downloaded, let's go ahead and open it. And the first thing that it asks you is your organization URL. Now, where do we get this from? You can basically get this URL from the address bar. If the first thing that it asks you is your organization URL, you can get this URL from the address bar if there is CRM open in front of you. Let's quickly open up the CRM here, and the organization URL is the one that I have highlighted here. So let's key in that. https dynamics startup.crm8.dynamics.com. Alright, by the way, this particular organization is for Dynamics CRM Online or Dynamics 365 Online only. It could be a little different if you have an on-premise version of CRM. Alright, next we'll have to input the username and password so that the app will bring in data that is relevant to you. Let's select new account here and put in the username and password. Okay, so I have keyed in my username, password. Let's go ahead, sign in. Now this is where it'll start to download the customizations and your data from the system. And this process typically takes around a minute or two depending on your internet speeds. Let's wait for it to download stuff and show us the dashboard here. Alright, so here we are in the application, and the first thing it shows you is your personal page, wherein you'll see what you have lined up for today, your favorite records, and all the recent records that you have opened. Alright, so here we are in the application, and the first thing it shows is your personal page, wherein you'll see what you have lined up for today, your favorite records, and all the recent records that you might have opened in recent times. The command bar here is usually the screen or the button that you at the bottom of the screen. In the personal page, you have got a couple of options here, like you can go ahead and create a new activity like task, appointment, or phone call. And you can also create various entity records by going to new record button here and choosing which entity the record you want to create. At the bottom of the screen on this personal page, you have got a couple of options, like you can go ahead and create a new task by clicking the new activity button here and choosing task, appointment, or phone call. And you can also create various entity records that are enabled for mobile, like opportunity, account, contact, leads, etc. Additionally, you have an option for creating new notes against various entities. You can just choose the entity name, select a record, and go ahead and add a note. Let me just show it to you. So here I'll just press new note, and let me say I want to choose an account record here. I'll look for AdventureWorks account. I'll put in test note. This is a dummy note. I can also click pictures here. I'll use this photo and save the record. So there you go. I have created a new note against AdventureWorks account. Let me just show that to you real quick. I'll switch to my CRM here, open recent records, and do I see AdventureWorks? No. Let's open AdventureWorks here. Let me open this account. Let's switch to notes here, and there you go. I have a test note along with a image. Let's open this image. There you go. I have that image. Alright, so this is how you actually create notes in the system. Let's go back to the phone here. Other options that you see here are task flows, which are nothing but a quick workflow to achieve certain tasks. And these are primarily built by your system customizers or administrators. So it's not necessary that for your CRM instance, you would see after meeting or update, anything like that. It could be different. Now, moving away from this page, let's close this out. We'll go to dashboards here. The primary dashboard that we see here is the sales dashboard. You have to scroll right in order to view all the different components that are present. Now, moving away from this page, we'll go to dashboards here. The primary dashboard that we see here is the sales dashboard. You have to scroll right in order to view all the different components that are present. So now I see my open opportunities, my open leads, my active accounts, my open opportunities chart, sales pipeline chart. Then we have top customers chart, and that's it. Alright. Now that we are in dashboards, let's do a quick walkthrough of navigating in this particular mobile client. On the top, we have a back button. Obviously, we know what this do, right? Then we have a area switcher. Now, here there is no distinction. Between sales, service, marketing areas. Instead, all of the entities that are available to be displayed on mobile are present. Like you see accounts, contacts, leads, and go down, you see cases, knowledge articles, etc. If you want to switch to accounts, just go ahead, click accounts here, and you'll see a list of accounts. Then we have the home button at the top, which will take us to home page from anywhere into this app. Let's say I'm in this active accounts window. I want to navigate back to home. I just press this home, and there I am on the sales dashboard. And finally, our personal work area that we saw initially. Alright, now let's close this. At the bottom of the screen, on the left, we have task flows. We'll not talk about them in this video. On the right hand side, you have a small 3 dots button which takes you to the command bar, where you can do additional things depending upon which entity you are on. Now, one thing to note here that this is a universal command bar that you are seeing here. What this means is if you switch entities here, the buttons that you see on this command bar are going to be dynamically refreshed, and they will be more relevant to the entity that you are viewing. Alright, so let's open up a new entity here and see how you can perform basic operations on these records. So let's take an example that I want to create a new account here. So let me go to area switcher, open up accounts, and then notice there's a small plus icon. Alright, so let's open up a new entity here and see how we can perform basic operations on these records. I'll go to the area switcher and go to accounts. Let's say I have to create a new account in the system. Notice there's a small plus icon at the top right corner. Let's press that and I'll key in the account name here. Let's say the name is Fabricam International. At this point, I don't know the main phone or contact, or actually neither of these. So just with account name, let's click the save button here. And there we have it. You have created a new account in the system. If you want to double check it, let's switch back to CRM. Go to accounts. There you have it, Fabricam International, which we just created. Let's switch back to the phone here. Just the way we created a new account, the exact same way you can also edit any given record here. So let me go here. Now that I know phone number of Fabricam International, let me come here, scroll to the right on the phone. Let me key in 555. And that's pretty much it. Just go back. Your account is automatically saved. There's no save button that you see here. Now, every time you come into the system, as you can see here, Fabricam International's phone number has now been updated. Let's take a look at a typical form that you have on mobile. Let's open Fabricam International. So the three fields that you see at the top, annual revenue, number of employee or owner, these are the header fields like we have seen previously. And let me open up Fabricam account here so that you'll be able to relate what goes where. So notice these three header fields, account revenue, number of employees, owner, they show up here. And below all the header fields, we have related entities, which usually you see when you press this little down arrow on a certain record. You see all these entities here, they would be translated on the form under header fields here. And other details of this particular record or this particular account will be swipe away. So the other details of this account or this particular record will be a swipe away. Let's swipe right. And this is the summary tab here. This is where you see summary tab and all the fields here. Scrolling further right will take you to additional tabs in the system. That is open activities. Scrolling further, it'll show notes section here. Then we have contacts related to this account, recent opportunities, recent cases, active entitlements, and other details. And finally, active accounts. And let's also go ahead and see the command bar here for this particular account. So I'll just go ahead, press the three dots here. There you go. You have additional buttons here to create a new account, deactivate this particular account, assign it to somebody else, and additional options like pin this particular record to homepage. Let's do that for now. Go back to the command bar, refresh, share links, processes, and all the other options. So we have basically pinned this particular record to our homepage. Let's see how it looks. I'll just go to home here. And notice I have a Fabricam International account pinned here. Similarly, you can pin additional entity records, and the exact same way you can create all the different entity records, view them, edit them, delete them, perform certain operations. And that's a real quick introduction of Dynamics 365 phone client.